Good morning, children. Let's continue ahead with fractions. Today we'll look at ordering of fractions. What is ordering of fractions? Ordering of fractions is comparing two or more fractions. Again, what is comparing? Comparing two or more fractions means we'll find out which is the bigger fraction, which is the smaller fraction. When two fractions are given to us, we can easily find out which is the bigger fraction among the two fractions or which is the smaller fraction among the two fractions. And when we have more than two fractions, that means 3 and more, then we can find out which is the biggest fraction among all of them and which is the smallest fractions among all of them. Children, there are two ways of finding out the bigger number or the smaller fraction. The first is you just either have to look by looking at the denominator or by looking at the numerators. Second method is by looking at the numerators. Now, what do we mean by just looking at the numerators or looking at the denominators? It means if there are fractions given to you, suppose it is given 2 upon 5 and 2 upon 7. What are we going to do? We are either going to look at the numerators or we look at the denominators. Here we can see that both the numerators are the same. The denominators are not the same. Or we can also look at only the denominators. 4 upon 9 or 2 upon 9. Here what is same? Denominator. So here we are going to look at the denominator. So these are the two ways by which, without any working, just by looking at the denominators and just by looking at the numerators, we can easily find out which is the bigger number or which is the smaller number. Now, there are rules for it. There are two rules for it. Now, if the denominators are same, now just understand first how we get the rule. If the denominators are the same, I'll just show you through an example with the help of a drawing, a diagram. Now again, children, since I'm just using freehand, my drawings again might not be accurate, but if I were to use a ruler, it would be exactly accurate. Now you can see that suppose these are 3 bars of chocolate. Okay. Now I have divided them equally into 4 parts. All 3 chocolates divided equally into 4 parts. Got it? Now, there are 3 children over here. A, B and C. Now, they are going to eat these chocolates. Now, A has eaten this much chocolate. So, what will be the fraction that A has eaten? A has eaten 1 upon 4. B has eaten this much chocolate. So what is the fraction of chocolate eaten by B? It is 2 upon 4. And C has eaten this much chocolate. So what is the fraction of chocolate eaten by C? 3 upon 4. Now if we were to see how much of chocolate they have eaten, if we will not see the parts and all, A has eaten up this much part of the chocolate. B has eaten up this much part of the chocolate. And C has eaten up fully this much part of the chocolate. Who has eaten up the most part of the chocolate? It is C. Now, look at the denominators. All denominators are the same, 4, 4, 4. Now, look at the numerators. 1, 2, 3. The biggest part and the biggest numerator. Smallest part, smallest numerator. So here comes in your rule for same denominators, and the rule is if the denominators are the same, we will write it in short. If the denominators are the same, then the bigger numerator is the bigger fraction. Is the bigger fraction means in which the numerator is the bigger. This is how you can understand. Okay. Now, every time we cannot keep on drawing the figures, but you need to remember this rule. Bigger numerator is the bigger fraction. And if bigger numerator is the bigger fraction, children, naturally, smaller is the smaller fraction. Now, since we are having 3 over here, so 3 upon 4 becomes the biggest fraction. 1 upon 4 becomes the smallest fraction. So, this is the rule, children. Just remember in your mind. Same denominators, bigger numerator is the bigger fraction. Okay. Now, so rule number 2, when you have the same numerators. Now, look at these again figures that I have drawn for you. Now, in the first one, you can see what is the fraction of the shaded part. It is 1 upon 2. Fraction of the second part divided into 4 parts. One part is shaded, 1 upon 4. Fraction of the third figure divided into 8 parts. How many parts are shaded? 1 part. So it is 1 upon 8. Again in the same way, if these are 3 children, A, B, C. Now let us see who has eaten the most and who has eaten the least. Now if we see the parts that they have eaten. So A has eaten this much part of the chocolate. B has eaten this much part of the chocolate. And C has eaten only this much part of the chocolate. Now what do we see? Who has eaten the biggest part? A has eaten the biggest part. How much has he eaten? 1 upon 2. He has eaten the biggest part. And who has eaten the least? The smallest part? Smallest part has been eaten by C. What fraction did he eat? He ate only 1 upon 8. So now if we were to see these 3 fractions, 1 upon 2, 1 upon 4 and 1 upon 8, what do we see in them? We see that the numerators are all the same. But just see over here now. Which is the biggest one? 1 upon 2. That means the smallest denominator. 2 is the smallest denominator. Smallest denominator becomes the fraction which is the biggest. And the biggest denominator becomes the smallest fraction. So this is rule number 2, that when you have the same numerators, see all numerators are same. When you have the same numerators, then your smallest denominator is the biggest fraction. And of course, the biggest denominator is the smallest fraction. Okay. Now, in the same way, if we were to have, you can have 2 fractions. You should have at least 2 fractions, children, to compare. Suppose you have 4 upon 9 and 4 upon 11. What is same over here? The numerators are the same. So look at the denominators, 9 and 11. Which is smaller? 9. So this becomes the bigger fraction. So these are, children, the 2 rules that you have for ordering of fractions. And what do we have to see in them? You have to see whether the denominators are the same or the numerators are the same. First of all, you have to check only this. Same denominators or same numerators. Okay. Now, when we have same denominators, then bigger numerator is the bigger fraction. And when we have same numerators, the smaller denominator is the bigger fraction. Now, let us look at some examples. So, when we look at the examples, things will become very clear to you. For example, if you have to just put a circle around the bigger fraction. Now, I'll give you 2-3 examples over here. Here I have 5 upon 13 and 9 upon 13. Then I have 7 upon 19 and 12 upon 19. Then again I have 16 upon 23 and I have 21 upon 23. Now you have to circle the bigger fraction. What did I say? Just look first of all at what is same. Now if you look at the first sum given to us, what is same in this? Are the numerators the same or are the denominators the same? The denominators are the same. So which is the bigger fraction? Bigger numerator is the bigger fraction. We are circling the bigger fraction now. Now let's come to the second sum. Now if we look at the second sum, again 7 upon 19, 12 upon 19. What is same? Denominators. Look at again the numerators. 7 upon 19 and 12 upon 19. 7 and 12. Which is bigger? 12. So 12 upon 19 is the bigger fraction. Now look at the third sum. 16 upon 23, 21 upon 23. Again what is same? Same denominators. Which is big over here? 21. So this is the bigger fraction. Okay. Now some more examples now in which we are going to see what is common. What is same? Either the numerators or the denominators. Now suppose you have 2 upon 7 and 2 upon 9. Then you have 4 upon 11 and 4 upon 13. And you have 5 upon 16 and 5 upon 16 and 5 upon 17. Now let us look at them one by one. What do we see over here? Same numerators, 2 upon 7, 2 upon 9. So what do we have to see when the numerators are the same? Look at the denominator. Smaller denominator becomes the bigger fraction. So you circle this. Again, same numerators, same 11, 13. What is small? 13 is small. So 4 upon 13 is the smaller fraction and 4 upon 11 is the bigger fraction. Again, same numerators, 16 and 17. 5 upon 17 will become the smaller fraction and 5 upon 16 over here will become the bigger fraction. In the same way, children, you will also get signs to be used. You know the meaning of signs? Greater than or smaller than. You can be asked to use the sign greater than or smaller than. In the same way, you first have to see whether the denominators are the same or the numerators are the same. Let us again see now. 7 upon 9 and 8 upon 9. Now you have to use the sign over here. What do you have? Same denominators. So look at the numerators. Which is small? 7 is small. So that means 7 upon 9 is smaller than 8 upon 9. Then another example. 11 upon 17 and 11 upon 21. What do we have over here? Same numerators. So when the numerators are the same, look at the denominator. What is the rule? Rule number 2. When the numerators are the same, smaller denominator becomes the bigger fraction. So 11 upon 17 is more than 11 upon 21. One more example we can take. 5 upon 26. 5 upon 21. Again, numerators are the same. What do we have to look at? The denominators. 26 and 21. Which is small? 21. So when the numerators are the same, smaller denominator becomes a bigger fraction. That means 5 upon 26 is less than 5 upon 21. And the same rule, children, you will apply when we have 3 fractions and we have to arrange them in ascending order or in the descending order. Suppose you have to arrange in the ascending order. Ascending order is from smallest to biggest. Isn't it, children? I think you all know ascending order and descending order. So, if you have around 4 fractions given over here. Let us look at the 4 fractions. 6 upon 11, 3 upon 11, 5 upon 11 and 1 upon 11. First step, look at whether the denominators are the same or the numerators are the same. We have the denominators the same. So if the denominators are the same, look at the numerator. We know bigger numerator is the bigger fraction. So 6 is biggest, then 5, then 3, then 1. But we have to arrange from smallest to biggest. So your answer will be 1 upon 11, correct? Then 3 upon 11, then 5 upon 11 and then 6 upon 11. Okay? And if it is in the descending order, same sum if it is there and you have to arrange it in the descending order, then let us see what will be the answer. If we have to arrange in the descending order, then we move from biggest to smallest. Descending order is from biggest to smallest. Biggest to smallest. So, which is the biggest over here? 6 upon 11, followed by 5 upon 11, followed by 3 upon 11 and followed by 1 upon 11. If we were to use the signs over here, it will become 6 upon 11 is more than 5 upon 11, is more than 3 upon 11, is more than 1 upon 11, or, got it? 1 upon 11 then is less than 3 upon 11, is less than 5 upon 11 and is less than 6 upon 11. And children, the same rule we will follow when we have same numerators. That is rule number. Now, if we were to arrange these 3 fractions in the descending order, so what do you see in this? You see in this that the numerators are the same, and descending, as we all know, is from biggest to smallest. So when the numerators are the same, biggest is 3 upon 4, followed by 3 upon 7, followed by 3 upon 9. So your answer, when the numerators are the same in the descending order, will be 3 upon 4, 3 upon 7 and 3 upon 9. And if the same thing, children, if we were to arrange in the ascending order, that means from smallest to biggest, it will become 3 upon 9, 3 upon 7 and 3 upon 4. So just 2 rules, children, same denominator or same numerator. You just watch this again and one by one try to understand what is being explained. So for ordering of fractions, we will stop over here, children. Have a good day.